Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Amanda. I am super excited for this video today, so let's get started. So I feel that with all the information out there, whether you're getting it from the internet or from books or just from friends, and that could be friends in person or on Instagram, whatever the case, there's so much information out there regarding how to take care of plants, what the best way is, how to build a routine, all this stuff, what products to use, and I think it can be very overwhelming, and some of it honestly is not needed, especially if you don't have any crazy plants that need very specific care or need to be kept in a high humidity cabinet or else they will die type plants. And most of us work jobs or have kids or other priorities in life, and so you might not always be able to dedicate 24/7 care or care every single day for your plants. And I especially think this is an issue because we did just have a pandemic. Everyone was locked in their homes, and a lot of people went stir crazy and bought a bunch of plants and had all the time in the world to care for them, and now they are going back to work. And I've seen so many people listing almost their whole collection on Facebook Marketplace with the caption of, I don't have any more time to take care of these plants. I'm back at work full time. I bought all these when I didn't have a job or when I was working from home. And people are selling their collections, or they're dying, or they're just giving them away, or whatever the case. And I think there's an easy way that we can simplify how to care for your plants so that you don't feel overwhelmed and you can take care of your plants even with a full-time job and a family, or one or the other, or just maybe you don't want to dedicate so much time to taking care of your plants anymore. That's why I'm kind of excited, because this video is gonna be just chill plant care, like the bare minimum plant care, lazy. I don't want to say lazy. I mean, sometimes I know I need to take care of my plants. I have stuff I have to do, but I'm being lazy and I'm like, oh, I'll just do literally the bare minimum so that they don't die, and then I'll just leave it be. Yeah, so whether you're feeling unmotivated, just kind of bleh, and don't feel like caring for your plants, you have a very busy week with work or your family, and you just need to do the bare minimum, this video is gonna have a couple tips in there for you, as well as a good routine. I don't want to say routine because you don't really need to follow this to a T, but just a good guide on basic houseplant care that's needed without having to do all the extra stuff, and you could still get by with keeping your plants alive and having them thrive. If you are feeling overwhelmed or you have a busy week and you don't want to kill or sell your plants, then watch this video. Starting with watering, which is the most time-consuming and consistent thing to keep your plants alive. We have top and bottom watering. It's just preference, what fits better with your schedule. Now, for regular watering, which is just top watering, these trays definitely help. You can find them at almost any garden center or Lowe's or Home Depot. All I do is separate my plants that need to be watered, place them in each container or tray, and then just start watering until they drip out of the bottom. I also keep extra trays nearby, so when one tray gets full of water, I can just move the plant over to the next one. I also usually just leave my plants out on the trays overnight or for at least a day so that they're fully dry by the time I put them back in their spots in the morning. If you don't have a lot of time on your hands, you can totally do this like in the mornings while you're waking up if you work nights, or while you're enjoying a cup of coffee. Now for bottom watering, all you need is a container and your plant. You just fill up the container with some water. The most important thing here is you just want to make sure the bottom of the pot is completely submerged in water. This is great because you can totally do this while you're waiting for your coffee to brew or feeding your dogs dinner. And it's so easy to just leave them in here and then head to class maybe, or go to the gym. And then by the time you come home, you'll see that the plant is fully watered and you can just remove it from its containers. Also, let's say you woke up late or you don't have time to water your plants before work or before you have to do a bunch of stuff. Just run that humidifier on high, and that might help kind of hold off your plants until you have time to properly water them. When figuring out if my plant needs water, using my finger is my fastest approach. Just stick it in the soil. If my finger comes out completely dry, it probably needs water. If it's moist and covered in soil, I could probably wait. Also, lifting up to check the weight of the pots. If they feel super light, water. If they're heavy, doesn't need water yet. A tip, if you have any high humidity, moisture loving plants and they're small enough, you can use a dome, anything similar to this, place it over, and that really helps control the humidity without having to spray your plant constantly. Another tip, if you use grow lights of any sort in your home, I have many. I really suggest investing in a timer. They're not crazy expensive. This one I got on Amazon, and it's super convenient because you have one side where the timer is set on and the other side, which is always on. And this really helps me out because I don't have to worry about waking up early enough in the morning to turn it on or turning it off at night. I really don't have to think about it while I'm at work. I also like this one because I can hook up multiple lights to this one specific timer. Here's another one of my grow lights, but this one is attached to a different timer, which I also purchased on Amazon. It's slightly smaller and I believe it was less expensive. It works the same way. You just set what time you want it to turn on and off at, how many hours a day you want to keep it on. Now for pest care, this is something that really shouldn't be looked over, and if you're being preventative, it's going to be much faster and much more efficient when it comes to plant care and pests. Now, this is not something you do every single day. If you're really tight on time, I would say once every 2 weeks, once every month, take the time to spray all your plants and also check them out while you're doing that to make sure you're not seeing any pests on them. All right, dirty and dusty leaves, something that anybody with plants knows about. And it can be a hassle to clean. A quick way to do this is you can just throw them in your shower. I don't have a removable shower head, or that's usually what I would do. That's definitely going to be a lot faster and less messy. You can also put them outdoors and give them a good spray down. I suggest doing it on days where you need to water them anyway, so you're not accidentally overwatering them. This is especially helpful if you have a plant with a lot of little leaves, but if you have a bigger plant with less leaves, you can definitely get away with just using a towel. I use microfiber. This is beneficial for your plant, but it is not something you need to do constantly. Just do it whenever you get around to doing it. Sometimes I go a few months, so it's just whenever you find the time. When it comes to pruning, this is something you can easily do while you're watering or just looking at your plants walking by. This is maybe a tip that I got from my sister, although I have yet to try it myself. She says when she's pruning, sometimes she's too lazy to throw her pile of leaves away. So for that plant, she'll just pick off all the leaves that need to be thrown away and she will just stuff them back into the soil instead of throwing them away. So I guess that could still work. Like I said, this was my first time trying it, so try that out, see if that works for you. I usually just throw them away, but you could do whatever works for you. Maybe that is super beneficial to put them back into the plant. You also don't even really need to prune your plants. Some people believe that it is more beneficial to just let those leaves fall off on their own instead of pulling them off. So again, that's up to you. If you don't like the look of the yellowing leaves, you can pull them off, or you can just leave them and when they fall off, throw them away as time goes on. Of course, my biggest tip for a low maintenance plant collection is to only have low maintenance plants. But if it is too late for that and you already have plants that need more attention than usual, then maybe just think about this going on. Pothos, philodendrons, for the most part, are very easygoing plants. Some Hoyas are very easygoing, like this Crimson Princess, I can't remember. This is another philodendron that's very low maintenance. Scindapsus as well, actually, very low maintenance. But a lot of the plants in my collection, unless I really, really want the plant, I tend to go for low maintenance plants because I know I don't want to deal with any drama. So that was another pothos. That is a philodendron. Those two types are definitely my go-to for recommending easygoing plants. All these ones on this grid are very easygoing. And again, a pothos, you can get so much variety with any type of pothos. None of them look the same, so you could definitely just have a collection full of those. All right, that's it. Hopefully that helped. I mean, at the end of the day, any and all plants are gonna need some type of care, but it's just up to you to figure out like how many plants you want to take care of, what amount of work's worth it. Like, do you want to invest in plants that require more care? Because that means more time. So it's just up to you. But there are definitely ways to minimize the amount of work you have to do, especially if you have a busy schedule. It's totally possible to have balance with those things. Thank you for watching. Maybe comment if you have any tips of your own for saving time when taking care of your plants. And I will see you in my next video.